Unfortunately, alcohol is one sector which generates the fund here. So that's not a good trend. Alcohol may be part of the income, but that shouldn't be the only source of income.
What do you think the next generation should focus on fixing first?
No, that is the first thing to be fixed, the next generation. Because there will be no next generation in Kerala. Everyone is migrating. That's a big problem of drug addiction. That drug addiction issue is to be settled here because in last 9 to 10 years, drug addiction has increased to such a level that it is available in every school and college. So it's a major issue to be fixed. So these are the two things I would say for the youngsters, job and drug addiction issues which have to be managed. There was a wave of generation before. They also left, but they didn't completely leave India and Kerala. They came back. But the current generation who is living in India, they're not coming back because we have to have a proper industrialization plan, because Kerala is not a state which is focused on industrialization. It is more like tourism sector is there. How we can use our natural resources for betterment of our state. So we have a lot of natural resources.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for protecting the future of our generation of Kerala. Hello, my name is Angela, and today I will be interviewing Mr. Chandy Oommen, an MLA from Puducherry, Kerala in India. Hello, Mr. Oommen, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good.
Firstly, you grew up in one of Kerala's most influential political families. What is one moment from your childhood that made you realize politics isn't just policy, it's people?
My father was a member of the Legislative Assembly in Kerala for 53 years. So much long before I was born, he was a MLA. So throughout my life I've seen him work. He was always with the people, working for the people's cause. And entire life of his was dedicated to the people of Kerala. So from my birth till his passing away, I've seen him work for the people of Kerala. So rather than policy or rather than any other government official matter, he was always dedicated to the people. You can say he was available 24/7 for people, whether it is night, day, any time, any day, he was available for people and their needs. So growing up in such a family will make you very close to people. So I think there was no particular moment as such, but from my childhood, I was also trained in such a manner that I would also work for the people. And whether you are in government, not in government, people comes first. That's about it.
That shows how politics can feel very human and connect with people.
Indeed.
As someone who is trained in law, how does that help you look at politics differently?
No, because in India, it's basically, you can find that politicians are basically from law background. So maybe 50% of my assembly would be lawyers, because that's how India is generally. And so it is connected to people because a lot of them have got legal issues, or they have to deal with the government. So that is related to the law of the land. So it will help us to understand the problems of the people better when they come to us with their problems. And we can also take up their issues in the assembly, in the house, so that we have a basic understanding. So law gives us the basic understanding of how to do things. So it has helped me a lot. I have already done 2 masters in law as well. So it has helped me a lot.
So law gives you like a strong foundation for politics.
Yes.
Kerala has big dreams, but also big challenges. What do you think the next generation should focus on fixing first?
No, that is the first thing to be fixed, the next generation. Because there will be no next generation in Kerala. Everyone is migrating. All the people possible are traveling abroad from Kerala, either to Australia, America, or Europe. There was a wave of generation before. They also left, but they didn't completely leave India and Kerala. They came back. But the current generation who is leaving India, they're not coming back because they are going towards North America or Australia or towards Europe, where they get citizenship and get settled. So it is very difficult for a state to survive like that, because without the current generation or the new generation, how will the population survive? Or how will the state survive? So our homes are deserted. There are no sons and daughters there. All the parents might be there back home in Kerala. So we need to use our potential. Our potential is our population or the youngsters of our state. So that is the first thing to be fixed, and they have to be placed in India, in Kerala, because they get their placements. They are getting the placements abroad. So first thing is to fix the job issue out here. We should have a population which is staying back in Kerala and generating income for our state. So what currently happened, the last generation, they left India and they are sending back their income to India. But the current generation, when they leave, they are not sending back the income because they are sitting there. So we have to have a proper plan in place where we can create jobs for our youngsters so that they stay back. We have to have a plan so that there's a big problem of drug addiction. That drug addiction issue is to be settled here because in last 9 to 10 years, drug addiction has increased to such a level that it is available in every school and college. So it's a major issue to be fixed. So these are the two things I would say for the youngsters, job and drug addiction issues, which have to be managed. Apart from that, we have to have a proper industrialization plan, because Kerala is not a state which is focused on industrialization. It is more like the tourism sector is there. Unfortunately, alcohol is one sector which generates the fund here. So that's not a good trend. Alcohol may be part of the income, but that shouldn't be the only source of income. So we have to fix that too, and we have to find a solution for how we can use our natural resources for betterment of our state. So we have a lot of natural resources, but we are not using to that optimal level. And if we had used it, we would have been a world-class nation, state as of now.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for protecting the future of our generation of Kerala.
Indeed.
Many people only see politics through news and social media. When did you understand the true weight of politics?
As I told you, from my childhood I have seen politics. But the true weight you can only realize when you are in the shoes of a member of a parliament, of a member of a legislative assembly. Before that, everything is, activism, student activism, as a youth activist. So there you don't feel the weight. You just observe, you just react. You act for your party, you act for your youth organization, for the student organization. But if you have to understand the weight of that, or the, or weight of that organization, or that, you have to be active in the role as a member of the Legislative Assembly or a member of the Parliament. So currently I am enjoying that weight for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's very insightful. When you were my age, did you know that you wanted to enter politics, or did your path change over time?
No, I was very quite fixed from my childhood that I would go into politics. From second standard, that age I was quite sure that I should.
Yeah, very interesting to know. Your father is a huge part of Kerala's history. What do you think is one lesson from him that you carry every day with you?
No, he was a people's man. He always lived for the people of my state. So he didn't take a day off out of his job. There was no holiday for him. So till his last day, he was working. So that was how he was committed. that is something any one of us can try to learn from him. So I think that would be my lesson from him.
It's a very powerful lesson, and I think it's very reflective of his values and his
Indeed.
connection to the people.
Indeed.
If a young person dreams of working in global policy and politics, what skills do you think they should be building?
Global, what I can remember was that about 20 years back when I was doing my degree, I had a friend who took up economics in St. Stephen's College, Delhi. I was into history, he was into economics, he was my immediate junior. And he then further worked with the President's Office of Tanzania and one or two such people. Then he got selected into a scholarship called UN Civil Servant. There is an exam for the civil servant selection where United Nations enrolls youngsters. So that exact name of the course I don't remember, or that enrollment I don't remember, but it was young civil servant or something like that. So he got enrolled into it. Then he worked with the UN Secretary General's office. He's now with UN only, but in some other role. So what I am trying to say is, education plays a big role. So you have to focus on, either international relations or economics. If you have to skill yourself to play a big role in relation to global policy and global politics. And I think a place like Delhi would offer for Indian students such opportunity, which my friend used. I think a degree in history or international relations would help a lot. And further, then law is also another important factor, where if you have an insight into international law, it will help you into being a global policymaker.
Yeah, that makes sense. Living in Dubai has shown me what a global community looks like. In your experience, how does meeting people from different cultures change someone's political perspective?
What I am currently doing, I'm organizing a all religion summit. So we have had a guru in Kerala. He is known as Sri Narayana Gurudev. He 100 years back, he set up a all religion summit. He said it is not to argue and to win, but to know and let things known to the people. So that was a motto with which he started this all religion summit, where all religions were represented. It was second in the world, first in the Asia. Such a summit was second in the world and first in the Asia, because the first one was in Chicago, that Swami Vivekananda from India attended. So 100 years down the line, the followers of Sri Narayana Gurudev, they decided to organize a memorial summit in Vatican. So I was in charge of that event. We had organized it in the presence of His Holiness Pope Francis. Now we have organized it in Dubai, we have organized it in Australia, Bahrain, throughout the world, at least 8 in England, Russia it's going to happen. So in Delhi it has happened. So throughout the world, 8 such events have happened. So these 8 events gave a perspective into how various cultures behave, So what I understood when I had got the opportunity to mingle with various people or various cultures, we are all same. There is no difference between any human being except for their culture. So the cultural differences is what dividing us in various names, whether it is culture or language differences makes the difference. Ultimately, we are all same, and we need to work together to make a world which is safer for every person, a world which is just for every person, a world which is in which everyone is equal. So what can be the basic motto? Basic motto of that can be Loka Samasta Sugino Bhavantu, which our Indian culture said about 7,000, 8,000 years back, that entire world should remain safe. Entire world should remain happy. So we have to go with that motto. When we go with that motto, we will understand that it is possible, and it is possible, and we can work on it. Because today we have a very unjust world. There are wars over, religion. There are wars over language. We need to understand we are all children of same God, divided by various factors, but we are all united by that common bond of humanity. So humanity should come first. And how can we bring that human aspect first? That is by working together. Working together, understanding that we are all same, though there are cultural differences. That can be sorted out. Cultural differences can be sorted out through dialogue, through exchanges. It is possible. So a world, we are actually, today's world is grown very small. Within few hours we can reach any part of the world today. So actually it's a global village, and that global village should be able to treat every citizen of its equally. So that is how we can make this world a just one. For that, the government should realize that we all should work together for the betterment of the world.
I think that really shows how diversity can be used as a strength rather than a weakness in all countries in the world. So what is one myth about politics that you wish people would stop believing?
Oh, from my childhood, when I used to stay, when somebody used to ask in my class, how many people want to go into politics, or, I would be the only person in my class. In my entire school, I would be the only person of my batch, or 10 batches, 15 batches, maybe any batch of that school till now, who has gone into active politics. Because they feel that politics, many of the youngsters feel that politics is not good for the career. There are ups and downs. That's natural, but the kind of impact you can create, that is beyond imagination. So you can see my father himself. He has dedicated his life, and he was a member of the Legislative Assembly for 53 years. And generations have admired his policies, admired his way of functioning. So the impact you create is very huge. So if you want to create an impact, the best career is politics, where you not only impact your generation, you impact the coming generations as well. So that may be countless. So the name you get, or the role you play in the history is very huge. Look at Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first Prime Minister. He laid the foundation of this country. The democracy he has built is so strong that it can be uprooted by anyone. And look at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He has almost 29 to 30 degrees to his qualification. He was our first law minister. And even now, India is surviving as a democracy based on the constitution he built for this country. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. He was abused, he was thrown out of the train, he was left in jail for many years, decades. Even Jawaharlal Nehru was in jail for decades. But the contribution they are given to this world, Mahatma Gandhi is worshipped at the place, or is looked up at the same place where he was thrown out of the train. There's a statue in Pietermaritzburg in South Africa. His statue is there. If you go to England, London, in the vicinity of Parliament itself, 2 or 3 statues of Mahatma Gandhi can be found. So, not only your own people, even the people who you are opposed, or when Gandhi was opposed, they are also, looking up to Gandhi today. Looking up to Gandhi today. So, this is the impact you can create for society. If you uphold certain values, certain morals, like Gandhiji did, that can change the world. Or even look at Mandela. How many years he was in prison? Maybe 30, 40. But once he became the president, look at the impact. If you go back, Abraham Lincoln. No, these are key figures I am trying to point out. There are a lot of unseen figures who are creating a better world in different spheres in their own ways, in different parts of the world. So, because of all their contribution, this world is running. So, for our societies to go ahead, we need commitment and committed leaders. That committed leaders can be given by the new generation. I think the new generation should take interest in politics so that our world and our state, our country can be a better place.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's very important because I think the lack of knowledge that people have on the impact of politics on the world surely discourages a lot of people from entering into that career.
No, there is a lot of sacrifices you have to make, no doubt. Your family will suffer, your personal life will suffer, you will lose privacy. It is all there. In spite of that, there are certain things that will leave a lasting impact. So what is the purpose of life? So one needs to ask the question, what is the purpose of life? So there the answer is, if I want to serve society, you are the best person.
Yeah. Lastly, if you could give one piece of advice to a high school student deciding whether to study politics, what would it be?
No, politics, there is no need of knowledge of or education of politics to join politics. Because if you look at one of the greatest Indian politicians, goes from South India, nearby state of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Kamraj. He was first chief minister of Tamil Nadu. So he controlled Indian politics. He made prime ministers of India, but he did not have formal education. So this is a different world. But you don't need to study politics as such to enter politics. But if you have a good knowledge or if you have a qualification in politics, it's good, no doubt. But that is not the only, essential need in being a politician. But it is good to study politics. You should have an understanding of politics, and that will give an insight into functioning of polities throughout the world. When you go into politics, if you are studying politics, you just not study your own country. You study all across the world various polities. So that will give you insight in how various countries function or politics function. So that would give an insight. So that would be good, but it is not a essential need as such.
That's very helpful to know. Thank you again for your time today, and I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you, Angela. Wonderful interview.